Good Tuesday morning, East Tennessee. My name is David Aldridge, Chief Meteorologist of Captain AccuWeather, coming to you by way of the Captain AccuWeather Command Center. So happy that you're here. We're here for a Weigels and weather update. We're going to start with Weigels because it's fast food. I should say it's fuel and food that's fast, fresh, and friendly. Not easy to say, but it's there. Certainly an exciting time to be at Weigels because you get the all-new brownie batter milk. It's available for just a limited time. Oh, yes, it's just better when it's fresh, farm to store in 24. And oh, yes, it's better when it's with Tennessee cows. Weigels, they're close to you. You've been around since 1931, a long time. They've been serving the community, and they've got the all-new brownie batter milk that's delicious, but there might be something else that might be catching your attention on the billboards. I'm talking about the eggnog. Oh, yes, the spooky season may be here, but the holidays are just around the corner, so pick up the Weigels Premium Eggnog as you celebrate the holidays. It's there for your disposal. And they've got a pint, grab a pint today. In fact, they've got it already in the store, so we want to check out the eggnog from Weigels in addition to the brownie batter milk. I want to talk about the fog because that's been an issue for the last couple of days. Today looks like it's no different. Really in the heart of the valley, we're down to about a mile at Knoxville's McGee Tyson Airport. And in Jacksboro and in Middlesboro, there might be anywhere from 0 to 10. So there's like a variability, some patches of dense fog in Campbell County this morning. And you can see some ones in Maryville, Madisonville, and Athens. I'm kind of curious to know if you are already at work, if you've been on the roads and you've experienced some of this fog. Share it with us, and I'll put it on the comment section. I am live streaming on both YouTube and Facebook. Very thankful that you all are here. But temperatures vary quite a bit. It is 50 here, but conversely, it's a lot warmer west. There is some warm air advection, warm air transporting into the plateau, so they're at 55. Crossville, the heart of Cumberland County, and it's 58 in Jamestown. Now, Jamestown isn't typically 8 degrees warmer than we are, but when you have an approaching front, that's the case. But we're seeing southwest winds pick up across parts of areas west of I-75. It's currently 51, however, in Morristown and Maryville, and it's 50 degrees in Sevierville. If you're on the call, I just want to say good morning to you. I got a little note here from Marilyn Bell. She's quick here on the comment section. Happy Tuesday, she says. Foggy, she says, in the low-lying areas and certainly lake areas. Travel safe. She's in the White Pine area. Glad to have Marilyn here. She's also one of my premium members. Dawn Rumsey says, good morning, David. A little cool out here on the porch, but coffee and a blanket made it delightful. I hope you have a blessed day. Thank you so much for that. And I want to point out Fred's note here. He's got a foggy Maryville in Blount County. In Maryville, he says, grab the Weigels coffee. I absolutely agree. Glad to have the coffee with Weigels. I haven't had mine yet, but certainly hope to have some here in the short term this morning. And Danny's on here saying, go Vols. I got the Vols forecast. They're taking on Kentucky this weekend on Saturday night. And I'll detail that and what to expect here in just a few moments. But thank you for all of being here. Again, temperatures around 50. My expectation was a low of 49. We may still get there. It's 48 right now in Jacksboro, where the fog is a little more dense than it would be in some other areas. As far as temperatures around the state, this is kind of interesting. Blue on the east side and yellow on the west side. I mean, it's 45 in Johnson City, but it's 21 degrees warmer in Memphis, right? That's that warm air transporting in with those red arrows. So we're in the mid-60s this morning in both Jackson, Memphis, Tennessee. If you were on the road, you'd suddenly, hey, it's warm out here. It's like not warm everywhere. If you head east, like Roanoke and Greensboro, they're in the upper 40s at this time. Wind speeds right now, as it's now 644. Not much to see, but again, fog may be an element that you're confronted with this morning. Just want to throw that out there. And we're keeping an eye on some of the clouds you can see here, but there really aren't going to be a whole lot. Expect a mostly sunny day. Really, to outline that, I have it here. 77 is my expectation this Tuesday afternoon. If we hit 79 in Newport, it wouldn't surprise me, as well as Tellico Plains and Madisonville in the heart of Monroe County. And if you're up toward Jamestown, you have a good chance of getting to 77 today. Our friends in Oneida and Lafayette, I think, have a good chance of reaching 75. Normal high this time of year is, in fact, normal high this time of year is 67. 67 degrees is the normal high this given time of year. And by the way, 67.43, if we're going to be about 10 degrees warmer. 10 degrees warmer than you might expect to be this particular time of year. I want to come back on camera for a second. I mentioned the eggnog, right? I mentioned that some of the eggnog is a big thing this time of year. Some are not accustomed to it, maybe always this early, but hey, grab it while you can because it flies off the shelves by the time you get the first week of January. It's hard to find. But you also want to pick up that brownie batter milk. It is also delicious. Got some other notes here. 71 was the high yesterday. Started off at 51. I mentioned 67.43 normal high. By the way, the record high from 2016 really isn't that long ago, right? A little about 9 years ago. Say about 8 years ago, 83 from 2016. We also hit 83 back in 1919 when Woodrow Wilson was president, a long time ago. And the record low goes back to the 1870s with Ulysses S. Grant. It was 25. So if you think it's cold or has been cold lately, we haven't been in the mid-20s. This time in October very often, but it has actually occurred. It is 6:46. Just want to jump ahead, and we can do that as we are talking about the temperatures that are going to be gradually getting warmer today with no high of 71 yesterday. We're going to be about 6 degrees warmer today than we were yesterday. And yesterday we had some clouds and fog that lingered on in the morning. By the way, if you haven't heard, my winter weather outlook came out last night. If you're a premium member, you have had a chance to see it. It runs over 15 minutes long, but it's highly detailed. It is highly anticipatory. I mean, we're excited about what winter can bring. And I do break it down for you if you want to join us and check us out. Love to have you join us on Premium. Also, I want to point out now that is a subscription. You just hit the subscribe button on Facebook and you'll get all the details there. But there is a free update to the app. My Captain Accurate Weather app with Pete Michaels Traffic has an extended 10 days, not just 7, but 10-day forecast with 48 hours of the hour-by-hour forecast data. Also has power outages, has the drought monitor, and air quality alerts attached to it. So if we have an air quality issue, you would be notified. And of course, power outages after hurricanes have hit in North Carolina can be very important to know. All you have to do is toggle on county power outages or state power outages, whatever you want to know, and the drought monitor too. So those are cool things. I want to talk about the Halloween forecast. There's been some discrepancy or maybe some dispute as to what we're going to see. I think the trick-or-treaters, moms and dads, will be fine. There will be no rain to work through when trick-or-treaters go door to door. Now, closer to midnight, we have some showers, perhaps around Jamestown, Fentress County. So I've left a few showers in developing. Well after midnight, I think it could be closer to 2 or 3 in the morning before it even approaches Knoxville and the Valley. But showers will be in the forecast very late Halloween night, but it will be long after the trick-or-treaters have gone home and they're eating their candy. Danny's a big Vols fan, as I know all of us are. They're taking on Kentucky. I mean, that's just like up the road. UK fans might actually bleed into town this weekend. They will, because their blue will be covering part of the stadium, I'm sure. 7:45 Saturday. It's an SEC game. And their number 7, our Vols, are 6-1. Big game temperature should be in the mid-60s for kickoff. I expect a partly cloudy night. And yes, I expect light and variable winds. So partly cloudy, no rain to expect for this game, and should end in the lower 60s if you've got a ticket and you're headed to the ball game. But after the game, don't forget, oh yes, you're going to get an extra hour's sleep. Yay. Some people love that. Oh yes, it's the what I like to call the 49-hour weekend, right? You don't get just 48 hours. You get that extra hour, it's perceived, but daylight saving time will be ending, and say standard time begins. And it's a good time, good reminder to check the smoke detectors in your the batteries, the carbon monoxide alarms. Make sure they're all in good working order, and giving them a fresh battery can certainly go a long way. But something to take note, if we're going to fall back, that means the sunset, which occurs tonight, this evening at 6:43, is going to be at 5:43. Oh no, you mean I get an extra hour sleep? But that's the trade-off, right? The trade-off is you have 6:43 goes to 5:43 or thereabouts, right? So that's a tough trade-off that you have to factor in. I got a note from Ed. He's got a note. He says it's a little foggy. Stay safe. Thank you, Ed, for that update. And Janet Potts, 51 degrees, she says, in Talbot this morning. She said, I'm going to try the Weigels eggnog. Have a great day. Oh, it's delicious, Janet. Absolutely delicious Weigels update. I think it's so important that people try the products that are here locally. Because, I mean, Weigels has been serving East Tennessee, as many of you know, for a very long time. It goes back over 90 years, and their eggnog is fantastic. Wanda Post says, good morning, David. Thank you for the winter outlook. My pleasure. Thank you for being a premium member there, Wanda. Always appreciate that. And I'm very thankful for all of you this morning. But be prepared. Sun setting before 6 p.m. by Sunday evening is going to be a hard take, certainly a hard adjustment, as some people will say, my biorhythms are off. Yeah, something's off. It's just 1 hour, but it can really mess up your routine. By the way, there are maybe a few clouds, but it's really the fog that many of us might be greeted with this morning as you head out the door. Here's a look at the review of the extended almanac. I know it's a lot of numbers, but you pick out your favorite day of October, and if it's blue, it was below average, and if it's orange, it was above average. That's kind of easy enough. Yesterday, 71 was above average because the average high now is 67. We were 4 degrees above normal yesterday. I think today, with a high of 77, should match what we had last Tuesday. Last Tuesday was 77 on the 22nd, and of course today is the 29th. It is now 6:51. Want to keep moving because we've got a lot to cover. I know this is the season that many of us like to enjoy, the corn maze. Maybe you like to get lost in the corn maze. That's a thing, right? I enjoy doing that. Used to enjoy that, especially when my kids were a little smaller. But maybe it's apple cider for you. Maybe it's the pumpkin spice. Maybe it's the eggnog. Whatever it is, I hope you'll grab something of that as you head to Weigel's, because their premium eggnog is back on the shelves, and it's here to help you get through the holiday season. It's there, and it's delicious. I say it's fantastic. You got to check it out. And by the way, if you haven't checked out the brownie batter milk, it is still on the shelves, and only on the shelves, I guess, until supplies last. It's available for a limited time. It is rich, it is creamy, and it is double chocolatey. I'd say triple chocolatey. The brownie batter milk, just better when it's fresh, farm to store. It's just better when it's with Tennessee cows. The all-new brownie batter milk, and of course also the eggnog, which you can find at a Weigel's near you. Now, as far as the radar is concerned, you don't see much. It's quiet. A couple of showers maybe in South Carolina, and there's more activity across Michigan and the Great Lakes. But if my eyes don't deceive me, I see a lot of purple out west. Those are winter weather advisories. Pink would be winter storm warnings. Parts of Colorado and Wyoming, especially Wyoming at this hour, they're dealing with snow and wind advisories in brown across the Midwest. So the weather still active. It's just not active here. It's taken an East Tennessee vacation, and that's okay. It is 6:52. If you are curious, October has come in dry. And while I expect some showers to arrive in Knoxville's doorstep late Thursday night, that's technically in November, right? Where we're going to be moving into that November period, the second season, as it's sometimes known, for severe weather. And when I show you the Storm Prediction Center maps, some of you will be surprised, wow, where did that come from? We've got some severe weather that might occur on Wednesday, maybe Thursday. That's what we're going to look at here in a moment. But as far as our weather is concerned, that's what we focus on here, 0.08. That's an exceedingly dry October. It is typically the driest month of the year, but you got to be kidding me. This was number 3 out of 153 years of data. You go back to 1871 to the present, yeah, we've had only 0.08. That's it. And as of Monday yesterday, of course today's going to be dry too, we could include Tuesday the 29th, but we're in the number 3 spot. That's how I think we'll finish, just shy of 2016 and 1904, kind of wedged in between there. Certainly there's going to be some rain that comes in on Thursday night, Friday. Let me show you what that looks like. You can see that the virtual rain gauges look quiet by 5 o'clock Wednesday. You head into Thursday, right? I would assume that trick-or-treaters are done by even 8 or 9 o'clock. Porch light probably goes out. I'm sure even the high schoolers, the few that might do it, on the door-to-door candy grab, as it were. It might be raining in Jamestown by 9 o'clock Thursday, Halloween night. We move into midnight. It's maybe picking up in Fentress County, and eventually some of that comes in. I have a 60% chance of rain on Friday, but I think that 60 is really confined west of I-75, and I'd put a 40% chance if you're east of I-75. So if you're in Morristown and Newport, you're in Sevierville, you're in Seymour, about a 40% chance of rain coming in on Friday. But if you're west of I-75, if you're in, say, Wartburg, Crossville, or Jamestown, I think it's at least a 60% chance as this thing will weaken as it moves across our region. That's my anticipation. I don't have rain coming in Saturday or Sunday. Virtual smoke is actually trying to get out of here, thanks to in front the southwesterly winds. You can see it kind of blowing it away. It's like blowing some of the smoke up to the north. Maybe a few wildfires nearby or far away, but the general trend is to put most of that light smoke in gray up toward the Great Lakes and push it out of harm's way. I do want to mention the tropics. It is still very active in the Pacific, but there is a 40% chance something forms down here. And I think there's something to watch, not only around Election Day, but thereafter. I'm not saying we're in store for another Milton or another Helene, but there could be tropical weather, a very heavy rainmaker. Florida needs to watch this, as would Cuba and some of the islands down there. but 40% chance is a pretty high chance. That's kind of how what we saw. I think I even said last week, I said through November 15th, you want to keep an eye on the tropics. I don't think we're done just yet, even though the official end comes in on the 30th of November. Mostly sunny today. It's going to turn milder. A few showers after trick-or-treaters, that's a key, and a few showers, maybe a rumble, especially west of I-75 on Friday. Now, this is interesting. How often do you expect to see yellow? Slight severe storms possible, scattered severe storms, I should say, in the number 2 level. Not necessarily today, but it will grow. This area out west between Omaha and what looks like into central or at least western Oklahoma, yeah, I'd say maybe just west of Lawton and then toward Wichita and Omaha, there's some isolated severe storm potential there today. But watch how this grows rapidly tomorrow. If tomorrow is Wednesday, yeah, look at that, suddenly goes to yellow. So there's going to be scattered severe storms, maybe some tornadoes, like the second season usually advertises in November, where the cold air clashes with the warm. Oklahoma City, Kansas City will be in the crosshairs for severe weather, as could Dallas, Fort Worth, come Wednesday. It expands up into the green areas of Iowa, parts of Missouri, and into Texas, but nothing here is expected. But once we move into Thursday, Halloween itself, it looks like best chance for some scattered severe storms, at least isolated severe, would be in the far deep south, south of Memphis, but back toward Baton Rouge and Jackson. So that's how things are shaping up in terms of Halloween. Again, I think trick-or-treaters here will be fine. The chance of rain develops, I think, well after midnight, especially from the north and west. All right, so let's get to the forecast. It is now 6:57. You can see that things look continuously dry, as we've seen really since Helene moved through town. We haven't had a whole lot of rain, have we? Given the fact that maybe a couple of days in October. We head into tomorrow. There are some indications that some drizzle may form, but I think it's really just a blend of hazy sun and clouds on Wednesday. It's not Wednesday I'm concerned about. It's the fact that, not concerned, but I think that front comes into town very late on Thursday. So there's midday, Halloween. It's raining like cats and dogs maybe in Memphis and just to the west of Bowling Green at lunchtime on Halloween, but it's not raining in Knoxville. Once we move it to 5 o'clock, the little ones have probably come to your door. You know, the cute little kids that come in with their parents on the doorstep too. They're at the edge of the driveway. That's probably at 4 or 5 o'clock, 5:15. It's still raining, not here, but back toward Nashville. Then we get into about 7:45, 8 o'clock. It looks like it's trying to rain in Nashville and Cookeville, but it may be falling short of Knoxville until probably wee hours of the morning, and then so it goes. It starts to slow down, the front stalls, it eventually moves away, but I think our chance of rain, best chance, will be on Friday. 77 for high temperature today. It's 6:58, finishing up the forecast here. Mostly sunny, turning milder, and the winds are going to be about 3 to 8 miles per hour. So to recap, a high of 76 is what I expect for Oak Ridge and Clinton. 77 for Knoxville, South Knoxville, Seymour. About 79 for Newport, 78 for Dandridge and Jefferson City, 76 for Morristown, Russellville, and White Pine. It's going to be warmer, folks, if you're headed west. They're already in the mid-60s. In Memphis, they should make a run toward 85. No wonder they've got severe weather there in a couple of days. Yeah, out west they will. Out west they've got the chance. It'll be nice and warm, but for us, we're still warmer than average, to the tune of about 10 degrees warmer. 67 is the normal high. Low temperature tonight's 51. Plenty of stars, patches of fog late, and winds about 0 to 5 miles per hour. We look ahead to your forecast for tonight. Down to 51 for Morristown, 54 for Wartburg and Oneida, looking for a low in Maryville, Alcoa. About 53 for Maryville and 52 for Sevierville. Pigeon Forge start the morning tomorrow, and there will be some patches of fog, perhaps again, to greet you, kind of like what we see here this morning. Looking ahead to your Captain Accurate Weather Authority forecast for Knoxville and East Tennessee. So we've got 77 for today. Looking ahead to Wednesday, it's unusually warm. Not like mid-80s like Memphis, but 80 I think is certainly reachable, as would be Halloween. Thinking Thanksgiving, but Thanksgiving doesn't occur until the end of November. It's the end of October. It's the spooky October of 80. Happy Halloween. Some rain comes in late after midnight. I've left a 60% chance, and most of that's in the morning for the valley. It'll begin to shift to the east toward the Smokies Friday afternoon, but a high of only 70. So we dropped 10 degrees in the wake of that front. We changed the clocks, of course, after the Vols game. So there's obviously a lot to pack in there in a 7-day forecast. But thank you for sticking around with me. I got a note from Lana Johnson. She says, good morning, everybody. A little fog on the river. Have a great day. Glad to have her here as well. And I got a note from Melissa Mumpower. She says, good morning, Janet. She's also articulating, good morning, have a blessed day. It seems warmer this morning a little bit. I would agree. Definitely agree there. I think it's a little bit warmer. And will continue to be for the next couple of days. As you can see, I got 280s there Wednesday and again on Halloween itself. By the way, if you haven't picked up a bottle of the all-new Brownie Batter Milk, it's available for a limited time. I'm sure and I know it's been flying off the shelves, so you got to assume it can't be there much longer. I can tell you the eggnog is around. You don't want to miss that. It's just better when it's fresh. Farm to store in 24. It's just better when it's with Tennessee cows. The all-new Brownie Batter Milk is delicious and only available at Weigels. Very happy to have Weigels as a sponsor. Don't forget, you can pick up some hot coffee too. It's available too, as we heard from Fred just a moment ago. Well, my name is David Aldridge. Some people call me Captain Accurate. It's not easy being accurate, so weather doesn't surprise you. We'll see you here next time. Take care.